May I have your permission to record you for this video?
Yes.
May I use your first and last name and your image for this project?
Yes, you can.
May I please ask your name,
Cooper James Bolton.
your occupation?
I am a student.
You don't have a job or anything?
Nope. I used to, but not anymore.
Where'd you work?
I used to work at DeWitt Lumber Company. There's one in like Mount Pleasant, Blanchard, Lakeview, and somewhere else that I can't think of right now.
What'd you do?
Really it was just stacking and unloading lumber, cut lumber.
What city do you call home?
Well, I was born in Grand Rapids, lived there till the ripe old age of 5. Then I moved to Blanchard, Michigan, lived there for a couple of years. Then I moved to McBride, Michigan, which is about 10 minutes from where Blanchard is. Then after a couple more years, I actually moved back to Blanchard, Michigan, and I've been living there for a while now.
So you'd consider Blanchard your home?
Yeah.
How do you feel today?
I feel good, you know. I woke up pretty early this morning. My grandma, she's here from Florida. She stayed for about 3 days, I think. We went on a walk this morning outside. We had to bundle up. It's pretty chilly outside with all the snow right now, but we walked around down by the trails, got to see river out behind our house, and yeah, it was a good morning. Then after that, my grandma actually had to leave today. Then after that, I went with my cousin Ryan to play basketball at MCC, and then we went swimming, and then actually after that, pretty action-packed day, I went bowling with Ryan and also my other friend Maya, and I actually won twice, not to brag or anything, but yeah.
Okay, and then, well, how do you really feel today?
Well, you know, a pretty good day, but I guess I've been a little stressed, I guess you could say.
Why?
Throughout the whole entire day in the back of my head, I've known I've had to get this homework done, but actually a couple minutes ago I just figured out I don't actually have to do the homework, or it was never assigned, so, you know, I feel good.
Relieved.
Yeah, but I guess I'm also a little nervy about this interview here.
Why?
Well,
Being recorded.
Yeah.
It's nothing to worry about. Just for class. I just need to ask you to tell me a story about a difficult time in your life where you received someone's compassion. So it would be like where you felt that somebody made an effort to make you feel better.
Well, a couple weeks ago, I played basketball. We played a game against St. Charles. They're a pretty easygoing team. Like, there were nothing to worry about. We came in there with a lackluster attitude, I guess you could say. And everyone was just playing just not hard. And I thought I was playing, like, good. And I was actually, like, one of the only people out there trying. And even though I was trying and I thought I was playing good, I didn't get as much playing time as I thought I should have. Like, I just wasn't happy, and I don't know, made me feel angry, and I guess like other people could see that. And so my friends, they came over and, you know, they cheered me up, listened to what I had to say, and really like made me feel like people actually cared about me and cared what I was saying, and made me feel like just cared about.
And when you remember the compassion that was shown to you, how do you feel reliving that memory?
Makes me feel pretty happy.
Happy? And
yeah.
How like, just like your feelings were valid and...
Yeah, well, it made me feel like, I don't know, I was cared about and that people actually cared, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's nice to have people care about you.
Right.
Can you tell me a story of a time where you offered compassion to somebody?
Well, my friend JT, he had a bit of a rough spot, I guess you'd say. His girlfriend had just broken up with her, which nobody likes being broken up with, you know. So he was sad, and I could tell. So I invited him over for, you know, just like a boys' night, and we could do whatever he wanted to do, and, you know, just trying to make him feel better.
Mm-hmm. And you think that it did work? Like you.
Yeah, like, I don't know. I feel like it took his mind off of it, and maybe it didn't help for like long term. Like, I'm sure he still has sad feelings, but he was heard, and he knew that there were people who were there for him.
Right. Can you tell me, or is there a time you or somebody else needed compassion and didn't receive it?
Probably like back in elementary school, if I had to say. Like, people, I don't know, kids can be mean.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I remember there was a kid named Nate. He'd always get singled out, you know, if we were playing like dodgeball or something, he'd be the last one picked. He'd sit alone at lunch, and no one ever really talked to him.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure, I mean, no one's really happy if they don't get, you know, so everyone could have been more nice to him, and
you didn't show him the compassion that he needed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What do you think the reason was? Like, why do you think that you didn't show him that compassion, or you and the other kids, why didn't you show him that compassion that he needed?
Well, kids, I feel like when you're young, you don't even really think about it. Like, I knew he was alone, but I didn't think about how he was feeling or how he was actually doing. And that would have been nice.
Mm-hmm. Right. And you didn't have like that emotional intelligence and awareness to.
Yeah, like a lack of empathy, really.
Right. You didn't think about how he was feeling, so you didn't make an effort to change it. Yeah. Do you think that compassion is important?
Yeah, I feel like compassion, yeah, it's really important. Like, I don't know.
Like, in what ways is it important?
Oh, well, when I'm down and I'm sad, I know that I want someone there who will help cheer me up, and so I should help cheer other people up. I think that treat others how you want to be treated, so, you know.
And without compassion, everybody would just be sad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or just, only have themselves to make themselves feel better. Right. That wouldn't be good. Do you think that sometimes we show too much compassion?
No, not really.
Why? Like, what do you mean?
Well, today, compared to really any time.
Like in history?
Yeah, like, we've gone through COVID,
mm-hmm.
and I feel like COVID was a time of very little compassion. People could hide behind screens. People, you know, were always mean and that, and like also like quarantine, you couldn't have compassion because you couldn't go out and talk to people. You couldn't be around people. You were alone basically the whole entire time.
Mm-hmm. So we kind of lost that sense of community and.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
And if you were to offer some words of wisdom about compassion, what would they be?
Well, you know, treat other people how you want to be treated. You don't want yourself to feel sad, so make other people not feel sad. And what was the question again? One more time. Sorry, I'm so sorry.
If you were to offer some words of wisdom about compassion, what would they be?
Oh, okay. You know, even if compassion's not needed, it's always nice to let people know that like you're there for them and that you care about people and that no matter what they're going through, you'll always be there. And yeah, like even when compassion's not needed, it's nice to give compassion.
Do you think that there's other ways to show compassion, like not necessarily just to people, but like to to yourself and like to the earth or to the public.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like, there's definitely more ways you can show compassion to yourself, like by bettering yourself, making yourself the best you want to be, and like for the world, yeah, like if you don't litter, that's like recycle or what's it like recycling and trash, like separating them. That's very nice and yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, what does compassion mean to you?
It means to me, I guess it means just like helping, being nice to other people and showing that you're there for them and yeah.
Does it make you feel like a better person to be compassionate?
Yeah, when I help someone else, it definitely makes me feel happy as well as them.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know really, I guess. Like that's a good question. Really. I don't know.
Why do you think it makes you feel good about yourself to show care for others?
Well, it's always as nice to see other people do well. When other people are doing well, you tend to do well. Like, if like you're gonna match other people, so yeah.
And how you felt, you can see now that in the past, like how you were telling your story about Nate on the playground and everything, you can see now that you didn't show him compassion, and how does that make you feel?
That makes me feel sad.
Right.
Yeah.
So you can look back on that and you can think that it wasn't nice of you to not show him compassion, so you can feel good about yourself because you know now and you can show compassion to people who need it.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Awesome.
Thank you for letting me interview you.
Thank you for interviewing me.